request for the light to get them.
As the first rays of sunlight peek through the clouds, the snowy mountains awaken to the symphony of the birds. As the crisp mountain air descends to touch the treetops, Uttarakhand looks like a piece of heaven on earth. From the magical sunrise and sunsets to the mystical locations across the state, Uttarakhand is a filmmaker's delight. Travel to Haridwar and soak in the divinity. Get ready for an adventure at Rishikesh in the thunderous waters of Ganga. Admire the pristine white glory of the snow-capped slopes of Oli, or lose yourself in the verdant terrace farms of Purola, just like the glorious Jageshwar temples, or the beautiful lakes in Bhimtal. Uttarakhand has numerous locations that lend themselves beautifully to be captured on film. The state is well connected with major metros like Delhi. Easy air connectivity via two key airports of Dehradun and Pantnagar makes Uttarakhand even more lucrative for filmmakers. All locations are easy to reach with convenient rail and ground accessibility. It's no wonder then that Uttarakhand has bagged the Best Film-Friendly State Award at the National Film Awards on 3 occasions in the last 5 years. This is because the state's film policy has changed to benefit the film industry. Today, Uttarakhand offers a single window clearance system. It also exempts film crews from paying the shooting fee. Regional language films get a 25 lakh subsidy if the film is processed within the state. The government also offers 30% subsidy on the entire project, subject to maximum of 1.5 crore rupees. The state-run guest houses too give a 50% discount to filmmakers during the shooting tenure. The Uttarakhand government is currently working on a new policy to make it more practical and film-friendly for OTT platforms and digital art productions as well. It is also planning to open a state-of-the-art film and allied arts training institute to give further impetus to the film industry. Uttarakhand is a land of myriad moods. Some filmmakers love Mussoorie for its relaxed vibe, or Nainital for the amazing lake vistas. Others revel in the picture postcard charm of Dehradun or enjoy chasing the early morning sunlight in Tihri Garhwal. Others cannot get enough of the majestic forests and felines of the Jim Corbett National Park. The locals believe that you may visit Uttarakhand over and over, but you will see it in a different light each time. So, whether it is your first trip or the third, we know you will come back again, because when you get to capture the unsullied colors and the magical landscapes of Uttarakhand, its beauty will leave an imprint forever on film and in your heart.
Thank you. आप सभी को नमस्कार. Namaskar to you all. I am Nitin Upadhyaya. I am joint CEO of Uttarakhand Film Development Council, and I am here to showcase the potential of film shooting in Uttarakhand, and also to brief you about our current film policy and about our upcoming film policy. I would request all of you, those who are on back side, they can come on front chairs if they want, and we can start. It is a very brief presentation. I don't think it will last more than 10 minutes. After that, I can take your queries, and if any of your suggestions, that would be also welcome. So, as you know, Uttarakhand is very beautiful state. It is known for its hill stations and Mussoorie, Nainital, Dehradun, for its Char Dham pilgrimage and many more locations. It has been becoming and coming up as very good film shooting destination, and it has been becoming very fast popular among filmmakers. These are some of pictures which have been shot at Uttarakhand. Some of pictures are completely shot at Uttarakhand, and some of them have even availed the subsidy from Uttarakhand government, and some have partially shot in Uttarakhand, and some are still on the verge of completion. As you have seen in our earlier picture, which we have showcased, हमारा जो एफर्ट है वो रिकॉग्नाइज किया जा रहा है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा भी और फिल्म मेकर्स के द्वारा भी और इन लास्ट 5 years वी हैव बीन recognized as most film friendly state in various counts. Let us come and see how we are a state which is a film friendly state. We have very good beautiful mountain and landscapes, high altitude lake and rivers, unique vernacular architecture, dense forest, pleasant weather, favorable climate, good law and order situation in Uttarakhand. It is very peaceful state. We have a tagline in our investment projects like peace to prosperity. आप एक पीसफुल स्टेट में आएंगे, एक पीसफुल एनवायरनमेंट में आपको काम करने को मिलता है. क्वालिटी बीइंग अ टूरिस्ट स्टेट, उत्तराखंड में क्वालिटी अकोमोडेशंस की कमी नहीं है. जो उत्तराखंड के मेजर सिटीज़ हैं वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे क्वालिटी अकोमोडेशंस, बहुत अच्छी प्रॉपर्टीज़ होती हैं. जो उत्तराखंड के टूरिस्ट एरियाज़ हैं, हिल स्टेशंस हैं, वहाँ पे भी बहुत अच्छे रिजॉर्ट्स और गुड क्वालिटी अकोमोडेशन अवेलेबल रहता है. Again, like these are some famous places जो कि ओवर एंड ओवर फिल्म मेकर्स जहाँ पर जाना पसंद करते हैं उत्तराखंड में और फिल्म शूटिंग पसंद करते हैं. लाइक ओली, चोपता, बद्रीनाथ, केदारनाथ, वैली ऑफ फ्लावर्स, जिम कॉर्बेट नेशनल पार्क, टेहरी लेक, हर्षिल, राजाजी नेशनल पार्क, मुंसियारी, चंपाव. दीज आर द नेम्स. इनमें से कुछ बहुत फेमस लोकेशंस हैं, कुछ लोकेशंस ऐसी हैं जिनको अब हम प्रमोट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. उत्तराखंड इज़ वेरी वेल कनेक्टेड विद अदर मेट्रो सिटीज़ ऑफ इंडिया. लाइक देहरादून एयरपोर्ट से डायरेक्ट फ़्लाइट्स हैं मुंबई, कोलकाता, दिल्ली, बेंगलोर, हैदराबाद, चेन्नई. ईज़ ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस इज़ आवर मोटो. और हम ये कोशिश करते हैं कि कोई भी फिल्म मेकर उत्तराखंड में आ रहा है, एनी वन हु इज़ कमिंग टू उत्तराखंड must feel this ease of doing business. In fact, we are promoting a faceless office system, a faceless permission system, a faceless contact system. For all kind of shooting permissions, Uttarakhand is giving a single window system. For all kind of forest permission, Uttarakhand Film Development Council initiates and Uttarakhand Film Development Council coordinates for forest permissions, and within 7 to 10 working days, if it is not a protected forest area, we give forest permissions also. Every film shooting permission is free of cost except protected forest area. For protected forest area, forest department has their own fee which is defined by them. Like feature film in protected forest areas. Protected forest areas means like Jim Corbett National Park, Rajaji National Park, or any protected bird sanctuary in higher altitudes. It has these fees structure has been defined by central government, forest department itself. Like feature film, TVC, and documentary, they have their own fee structure. Apart from this, every property which falls under state government of Uttarakhand, it is zero fee. We don't levy any fee in our state government properties or state government jurisdiction. Many people are coming to Uttarakhand. These are just data. Like in 2021, we have given 194 shooting permissions in 222, 176 and 223, 2023, 170 and counting. We have a subsidy structure in Uttarakhand. This is our present film policy, which was made in 2015. Presently, we have 1.5 CR subsidy for Hindi films, 25 lakh subsidy for regional films, and 15 lakh rupees subsidy for other state language film. Regional films here means regional films of Uttarakhand only. The terms and conditions is only like 75% shooting must be done in Uttarakhand. These are few films here in Film Bazaar. Many producers have asked me how much time it takes in getting subsidy, how much time government takes. हमें सब्सिडी मिलती है कि नहीं मिलती है, कैसे मिलती है. तो बस to name few films, these films have availed subsidy in past 6 months. बधाई दो from जंगली पिक्चर्स, तड़प नाडियाडवाला प्रोडक्शन, हिंदुत्व करण राजदान, मिली बोनी कपूर प्रोडक्शन. These films have availed the subsidy from our Uttarakhand state. Actually, the current film policy has been undergone a major change, and we are almost coming up with a new policy, which is coming very, very soon. In this policy, we are proposing 3 CR subsidy for Hindi films and 2 CR subsidy for regional films. This regional film is again for only Uttarakhand, and the 3 CR subsidy for Hindi films, and actually it has been, it is not only Hindi films, it is all state languages films which have been mentioned in 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. Any Indian language film will be given 3 CR subsidy, including English, Hindi and other state language films. 2 CR subsidy for our Uttarakhand regional films only. And we are also coming up with 3 CR subsidy for OTT, web series, TV serials also. For OTT and web series, we have proposed there should be minimum 150-minute content, and it would be eligible for subsidy. Also 75% shooting must be done in Uttarakhand. Earlier session was focused on documentaries. We have also recognized importance of short films and documentaries, and now we have started giving proposed in our upcoming policy special incentive for award-winning documentaries and short films. We have linked our subsidy to short films and documentaries in our upcoming policy, subject to if they are shown in some international film festival or some acclaimed film platforms, we will be giving subsidy up to 50% or 15 lakh rupees for documentary films. Coming film policy also focused on infrastructure development, subsidy for new film institute, 50 lakh rupees, subsidy for new cinema halls, up to 25 lakh, subsidy for new post-production studio. If somebody wants to set up, 25 lakh rupees subsidy is provisioned in our film policy. Apart from film shooting, apart from making or promoting Uttarakhand as a film shooting destination, we are also inviting people to invest in film industry, invest in film and media in Uttarakhand. For this, our industry department has come up with very good policy, service sector policy, which provides 25% capex, capital investment subsidy to the whole project. Like if somebody is willing to start, invest in film city or in film institutes or in shooting studios or anything film and media allied activities, apart from this film policy incentives, in our Uttarakhand state government industry department is giving 25% capex subsidy. So 25% of whole cost. So it would be a very comfortable and it would be very charming for as an investor to come up in Uttarakhand and invest in film and shooting and media area. So this was a small presentation. The whole concept of Uttarakhand film policy, current film policy and upcoming film policy is like we want to create a 360-degree ecosystem in Uttarakhand, which not only promotes the filmmakers to come and shoot in Uttarakhand, we also want to generate employment through film industry. In fact, Uttarakhand state has given film industry the status of industry, official status of industry. This is why our industry department recognizes filmmakers as industrialists, and they all of their schemes fall under film and media sector also. So any question or query or suggestion we can take? Anyone, any query? This was a very small presentation. I know it was already a very late session, and so many people have already have been to our office and have inquired about our policies and subsidy policies. Yes, please. Actually, actual amount, as per our current film policy and the proposed film policy, the process is same. You will have to shoot minimum 75% of film in Uttarakhand, and you will have to get a censor certificate for that, but natural after post-production, and you will have to release the film. In our current film policy, it is mandatory to release a film in cinema halls, and after that you can apply for subsidy. Once you apply for subsidy, it takes normally 2 to 3 months, depending on how well you put your papers. 2 to 3 months, it takes 2 to 3 months for releasing the subsidy amount. And in our upcoming film policy, we have also included the OTT platforms. Like there is, if you don't want to release your film on cinema hall, in cinema halls, and you are planning to release in a recognized OTT platform, the OTT platforms recognized list is yet to be finalized by government. Once you will releasing on one of those platforms, which will be recognized by Uttarakhand government, you can also go for subsidy request.
Or once we have the letter from the OTT platform?
No, after the release of OTT platforms. Yes, it is on air. It is for audience everywhere, present for the audience. In fact, yes. Can you use a mic?
That's what we like to request, that when the condition is after release, that is itself for an independent filmmaker, that's completely out of hand. There are a lot of factors which has got nothing to do with the quality of the film or the timeline, but the filmmaker really doesn't have a control on the OTT release or the theatrical release. So I mean, it's a humble suggestion that when it is a state-wise subsidy, the idea and the intent is, of course, to promote the state and to bring the best out of the state. But to put a condition of a release, it takes away a lot of filmmakers to even participate in that, because the kind of time that it takes from making it to getting it on the OTT, then the 3 months of the subsidy, is not what most filmmakers with amazing films can actually just go in for. So, I mean, humble suggestion if an alternative to that could be thought through for Uttarakhand.
Actually, we have gone through on this point many times, and it was decided, whenever we come up with policy, there is always two sides of a coin, you know. One is a genuine filmmaker approaching for a subsidy or making film and coming for subsidy. But when we talk about government subsidy or government incentive, it is always a public exchequer and public money is involved there, you know. And there is always a chance that we give subsidy to some project or some film which never sees any cinema hall or release. At that time, being accountable for public money, we don't have any valid answer. Like why a government gives subsidy? Actually, a government gives subsidy to filmmaker. there are only, there are only two reasons. First, the government wants to showcase its state through your film, through your documentary film. They want to showcase, like they want to show, like us in Uttarakhand, we want to share we have beautiful locations, we have beautiful tourist spots, and those who are watching your film can inspire, can come to Uttarakhand. Our tourism boosts, there are so many, our hospitality industry boosts. And another one is the economic activities. Those are directly or indirectly involved with your filmmaking. If the film is, if government is not sure about release of your film or availability of your film, it would be very tough for any government to go for subsidies. This is why there is also a model to give phase-wise subsidy, like you start your film, you complete your film, at the completion of 25% we give some subsidy, at the completion of 50% we give some subsidy. But that model has already failed in many states. So presently we will be sticking to the making sure that film should have been released before applying for the subsidy.
And this will be an impaneled OTT. Let's say for the OTT, there will be some empanelment.
We are working on that, because as and when we are talking, there is also a very fast growth in number of OTT platforms.
Yeah.
So we will have to define some checks and balances. We have to define some limit which OTT platform is to be recognized for a film release, because it would be again a very challenging situation. Anyone can come up with a film, and anyone can come up with the a small or unknown OTT platform and claim for the subsidy, because you know the size of cake is not going to increase in public money, in government budget. More judiciously we will be dividing it, more beneficial it would be for everyone.
So just, can there be a small support of whoever the OTT platforms that you impanel, and the filmmakers who might be applying for subsidy? Can there be an introduction made through your initiative, so that so then it's at least the right people talking to the right people and the decision happens, so saving the time basically.
It is a good suggestion. We can work on it, but I also think as far as we understand, we are going to recognize all top big OTT platforms. How much they are going to listen a state government, how much they are going to give a leverage to us, I don't know, but we will definitely try. We will, whenever we will going to impanel, or no, actually it would not be an impanelment, it would be a notification, like recognition, like these 10 or 15 OTT platforms in which you will be releasing your film, we will be considering for subsidy.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
Hi. I just wanted to add, so I shot my film last year in Uttarakhand. So I just wanted to share my experience with all of you. I shot my film, it's an Indo-French film, named Girl Will Be Girls. We shot it last year in November. So obviously the policy is impeccable, but at the same time, it was so easy to shoot the film there because of the kind of people there are. So police is very helpful, you know, in terms of if you're shooting on the road, if you're shooting, you know, if you want to take any permission, there is no added on cost. You know, as producer, we always keep miscellaneous as the biggest, you know, amount. So there is no cost like this. There is no hidden cost. And as Sir said, that it is faceless. By that, it means if you're just putting in your request, it will be, you know, you will be given the permission, and it will be easier for you. And the, you know, whole team is just like one call away. So it was very easy for us. We were just there. We took our, you know, plane. We reached there, and then we shot the film and came back. So nothing happened along the way in a period of 1.5 months. So, I mean, it is amazing that ways, the place and people. And there was no crowd gathering, you know, around. I mean, I'm just telling you guys because these are the small things, because of the shoot get delayed. So no crowd gathering. You don't need a lot of police to handle the crowd. So it's so easy to shoot there. And at the same time, just to add on to your query, the 30% amount, you know, it might not help us, you know, when we are before applying, but how it helped us is that, like when we were preparing the waterfall and we were preparing where we can recoup the amount. So it always helps with the investor because you know that there is a team of government who are ready to give back the money. So it always gives that kind of assurance to the people. So you're like, okay, even if you're putting like, if the budget of the film is 6 CR and somebody's putting in 1.5 CR, you can always give them the assurance that, oh, your money is going to come back. And how is it going to come back? Through the government. So, we can always make waterfalls in a way, keeping it in mind, because he's already shown that these are the films they have already given subsidy to. So if your papers are right, I think it will be just easy for you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Danya. Actually, I want to add another thing. Like in Uttarakhand, what we are doing, we are trying to make a culture of filmmaking. We are trying to make an ecosystem of filmmaking and film industry. As Tanya already said, people are so normal about film shooting, so normal they are about filmmaking. They take it very lightly and very normally. So it is a very hassle-free experience for a filmmaker in Uttarakhand. Even many times, many films are being shot in Uttarakhand. Even I don't know that this film is being shot at Uttarakhand. Once I read in newspaper, the so and so actor is in Uttarakhand. So someone in my office called me, sir, वो actor आए हुए उनसे मिलवा दीजिए. तो I don't know who he is in Uttarakhand. This is just because of our faceless policy. We take pride in that. Also, what we are doing in our upcoming policy, it is almost gone through, since it is not here, so I cannot talk more. We are provisioning for a Reiki encouragement. Like Uttarakhand is hill state, there are so many distant and remote areas where you want to go, but you are not sure whether it would be beneficial for you or not. So we have provisioned almost 5-day Reiki expenditure with the maximum capping of 5 lakh rupees for a filmmaker to go and do a Reiki for this, for his project. But first he will have to apply to us, and we will screen through about the genuinity of the project and his need, because being a tourist state, it is always a chance that somebody would just like to go and travel and come back in name of Reiki. So there is always a challenge for us. We are also encouraging the young people in our state to go for and study for filmmaking and film institutes. This is why we have provisioned 50% scholarship for the whole expense in nationally acclaimed or nationally recognized film institutes like Satyajit Ray, FTTI Pune, NID. यहाँ पे उत्तराखंड के जो भी बच्चे जा रहे हैं पढ़ने के लिए, हम उनको 50% स्कॉलरशिप दे रहे हैं उनके पूरे एक्सपेंसेस पर. सो ये जो चीज़ें हैं, इससे वो हमारा जो कमिंग जनरेशन है वो इंक्लाइन होगा, क्योंकि जब एज ए फिल्म मेकर आप उत्तराखंड में आते हैं तो आपको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि आप सिर्फ लोकेशंस के लिए आ रहे हैं, आप सिर्फ एक सेट के लिए आ रहे हैं. ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि एक पूरा कल्चर है वहाँ पे फिल्म मेकिंग का, तभी आपको एक अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस होगा. Anyone else?
Good afternoon. My name is Satish Sharma. I'm a film consultant and I come from Dehradun, state of Uttarakhand. First of all, congratulations Nitin ji for a wonderful presentation. And I just want to add one thing, that our present Chief Minister, Mr. Pushkar Singh Dhami, is the youngest Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, and he's taking keen interest in cinema. And this council, Uttarakhand Film Development Council, comes directly under him.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Short film or the documentary has won any award, or can somebody submit the project and then get the subsidy?
No, it is only when you have shown your documentary on some internationally acclaimed platform or nationally acclaimed platform.
The same goes for the short film.
It is not for not like award. Award is extra, but even if it has been like
participated.
Yes, participated in any international film
अगर
festival.
film festival में गई है किसी में,
Yes.
तो और नहीं भी shortlist हुई है तो भी
हाँ मतलब
shortlist
film
हुई है, but
shortlist
nominate नहीं
means
हुई
कि
है.
screen होना जरूरी है
हाँ,
इसका.
screen हुई है.
Yes.
Same goes for the short film also.
Same goes for the
documentaries.
short film
Okay,
also.
Thank you.
आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं पीछे? हाँ.
See, if you said that a film has to be released in theater and OTT, if the film shot in Uttarakhand and released in, premiered in film festivals, recognized film festival, which is be eligible for the subsidy?
No, presently no. For the film festival clause is only for short films and documentaries, because we know it is very hard for a short filmmaker or documentary filmmaker to get a platform to release it. But even last year, this year, one of our documentary filmmaker won a national award, and she is still struggling to screen this documentary. So this is why we have made this like कि आपका कहीं पे स्क्रीनिंग अच्छा हुआ हो, किसी इंटरनेशनल फिल्म फेस्टिवल में आप गए हों या नेशनल फिल्म फेस्टिवल में आप गए हों, तो उसमें उसके बाद ही हम करते हैं जो. बट अदर जो फिल्म्स हैं उसके लिए तो उनके पास ऑप्शंस हैं ही हैं.
And one more thing, that in your video it was 50% discount for the accommodation, something like that.
Yes, that is there. Our we have a good network of state-run guest houses. That is called. There are two parts. That is, one is Garhwal Mandal Vikas Nigam guest houses, and one is Kumaon Mandal Vikas Nigam guest houses. We call them popularly as GMVN and KMVN guest houses. So these guest houses and any other state-run guest house, you will have to book them first as per their availability, because it is a tourist place. We cannot force them to give you room, but you will have to plan your dates like that. The rooms are available. You avail the facility and then apply us. We will give you a reimbursement of 50%. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Kiran Sood from Dehradun.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have done a documentary film 20 years back with
Okay.
the Department of Culture, Purnamidam Purnagiri,
Okay.
with Beena Bhatt.
Okay.
Okay, so I really appreciate what you people are doing now, and it's very encouraging for all of us filmmakers to promote our state, because I belong to that state. Though I have been doing some work in Pondicherry down south, because I think there is a connect between south and north, especially temples.
Okay.
And recently I have done the Reiki in Adikailash before our Honorable Prime Minister came. I was there. So
Okay.
I will be doing something on Adikailash, Parvati Kund, Gauri Kund. So hopefully I will meet you.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Or we can sum up it? Already एक लेट सेशन शुरू हुआ था और हम अपने टाइम से ऊपर ही चल रहे हैं. सो और किसी का कोई क्वेरी है? अदरवाइज आप सभी लोगों का उत्तराखंड में स्वागत है. बहुत जो लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं वो अपने और भी साथियों को बताएं. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट टू टेल योर फ्रेंड्स अबाउट उत्तराखंड फिल्म पॉलिसी, एंड you all are welcome to come to Uttarakhand and shoot your films or make any other film related project in Uttarakhand. Thank you very much.